Okay, so welcome to my channel. As you can see, it's called Unveil the Gospel. So this video is just gonna be a little intro about my channel and about who I am and what I hope to do with this. So yeah, if you're interested, I am answering just a few questions in this, and I'm sure you have more and you can ask me them anytime, but yeah, these are just like the basic questions that I'm gonna answer. So, who am I? My name is Anna Walcott. I am a freshman at the Catholic University of America, and I am studying theology and religious studies. And I am the middle of 5 kids, so that's really fun. I get to be like the middle child and have like, I don't know, this is so cheesy, but I have like a unique relationship with every single person in my family, so I'm such a huge people person, and I think that's like because of my family and because I'm a middle child. So yeah, that's one thing about me. Another thing is I absolutely love my friends. Like, I will probably be talking so much about my friends because I just see Christ and see joy through so many other people, and my like friends are obviously the main people that I see Christ through. So yeah. And then some things I like to do: I like to run, I like to watch Netflix. I love just the color yellow. I love the color yellow. Oh my gosh, it's such a happy color. Oh my gosh, yes. And I love my dog. Her name's Bella. She's a yellow lab. I miss her a lot. I love ice cream. Yeah, those are some of my passions. There's more. I don't know. I'm just blabbing along right now. But anyway, so I'm sure you're asking why, Anna, why did you create this YouTube channel? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, this started because I have a passion for speaking what I've learned about Christ and like grace that I see in my daily life. And throughout like my high school years, it was really a lot about learning how to see Christ daily and how to share that. And through like working retreats and through talking about my faith with other people, people just told me how much like my view affected how they saw Christ. And I think it's beautiful that we can share grace with other people. And so it's just always been a passion of mine to share my faith. And speaking is really the way that I do that best. And sharing joy. Oh my gosh, so amazing. Anyway, so so giving like witnesses at retreats was a big way that I found that I was talented and passionate about sharing my faith, and how people told me that I have a talent at it. So that's pretty cool. And so once I got to college, I started creating these little theological thoughts of the day that I posted on Snapchat. And people like would come up to me and be like talking about how cool it was, and I was getting so many comments from people all over, like people that I haven't talked to in forever. So I don't know, I just was happy that I could share joy and share love with people, even if I couldn't see them in the moment, which is pretty cool. And then 1 minute just is not enough to talk about so many things, and I also have so many cool ideas of just like a little bit more dramatic videos that I'm gonna put on this channel as well. So it's gonna be similar to theological thoughts where I talk about my faith and things like that, like more of a witness style thing. And then there's also gonna be like more dramatic videos where it's gonna be a little bit more artsy, but we'll see. And I'm just gonna like, I don't know, I'm just gonna see how I can share joy with all of you and share Christ's love and the grace of God, and that's what this channel is going to be for. And so now you're probably wondering, why is it called Unveil the Gospel? Well, I'm glad you asked. So when I went to Catholic Youth Summer Camp last year in Columbus, Ohio, there's this part where we all pray over each other. And the leader of my group just randomly was like, I'm getting a call from God that like I need to share this passage with Anna. And I was like, okay, that's a little weird, but she read me this passage and I'm about to read to you. And it's just like, I felt called in that moment to create something to share this message that's in this passage with the world. And I'll talk a little bit more about that after I read this passage. But yeah, it's really cool. So it's from 2 Corinthians chapter 3, and then it goes into chapter 4 as well. And it's, to this day, in fact, whenever Moses is read, a veil lies over their hearts. But whenever a person turns to the Lord, the veil is removed. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. All of us, gazing with unveiled face on the glory of the Lord, are being transformed into the same image from glory to glory as from the Lord who is the Spirit. Therefore, since we have this ministry through the mercy shown us, we are not discouraged. And even though our gospel is veiled, it is veiled for those who are perishing, in whose case the God of this age has blinded the minds of the unbelievers, so that they may not see the light of the gospel of the glory of Christ, who is the image of God. For we do not preach ourselves, but Jesus Christ as Lord, and ourselves as your slaves for the sake of Jesus. For God, who said, "Let light shine out of darkness," has shone in our hearts to bring to light the knowledge of the glory of God on the face of Jesus Christ. So, I just love this passage. It has connections to the Old Testament and through Judaism. That's so cool. So, if you don't know this whole backstory, in the Jewish temple, there was this place called the Holy of Holies, and only the highest of the high priests could go in there. Like, there was only one person that could walk in there. And it was the place where the Ark of the Covenant was, which is where they believe God's being was. So really only one person was able to be in the presence of God. But when Jesus died, the veil that separated the Holy of Holies from the rest of the temple was torn in two. And it was like this 6-inch veil from top of the ceiling to the ground. Like, there's no way it could have been torn. But alas, it was. And so then the presence of God was brought to all the people. And so it's really, I love that image because it's through that grace that was given through Christ's sacrifice that we are able to look upon the unveiled face of Christ. And so I think this is just a whole message of what I want this channel to be, is I want to share how I have seen the face of Christ in my life, and I want to unveil that for other people, and so that they may also see the unveiled face of Christ in their lives. And it's just, I don't know, I love it. And I think it's so beautiful, the ending part, because I don't know, the banner behind me is really cool. It says his mercies are new every morning, and it just connects so well with this, because it's only through Christ's mercy, through his sacrifice on the cross, that we are able to be in his presence. And every single grace of God is an act of mercy. And so I don't know, that's just why this is called Unveil the Gospel. And I started this about 2 years ago, or a year ago, after that happened. Anyway, I started a Twitter account called Unveil the Gospel, and I would share little things from my life. But I think when I was thinking about starting this YouTube channel, that message came back to me, because I think God's mercy is evident in my life, and that's what I want to do with this channel. So I wanted to keep the name. And I'll also be running the Twitter account as I run this YouTube channel as well. So you can follow me at Unveil the Gospel on Twitter as well. So yeah, that's my story. Hit me up with any questions. I just wanted to keep you updated, but I just hope that you see God's mercies anew every morning. And yeah, have a wonderful day. I'll see the face of Christ in all of you if I see you, and if not, I'll pray for you. Yeah. Choose joy. The end.